ESX Entertainment's energetic Christina Moore is an actress, a producer, a screenwriter, and a human dynamo. Moore's a showbiz veteran, and she's constantly working. In addition to producing films at ESX, she acts regularly in a range of projects, but you might remember her best from her season doing sketch comedy on Mad TV, or as the second Laurie Foreman on That 70s Show. ESX President Ali Afshar used to take acting classes with Christina when they were both young strivers, and she's been part of the production mix at ESX both behind and in front of the camera from the start. Ali Afshar.
So Christina and I met years ago when we were in our 20s in acting class. So we were coming up the acting ladder. I remember when she booked her first role and I booked my first role. So we became friends then. And then her acting went into the stratosphere. She got series regular roles on, Mad TV and Hyperion Bay and Good Girls Guide and so many shows, the 70s Show. And so she became really successful. And at that same time, Christine helped me with marketing and promoting. And even we kind of started this business, and she was active from day one with that.
This year, Christina is one of the producers on two of ESX's top Christmas comedies. A Hollywood Christmas is a rom-com about people who make Christmas rom-coms, and it's been dominating the most viewed charts at HBO Max this Christmas season. Written by Christina's husband, John Ducey, I Believe in Santa is another unique Christmas comedy in which Ducey and Moore also star as the grown man who still believes in Santa and the unbelieving woman who has to decide if she can live with that. We caught up with the delightful Christina Moore at ESX's Burbank offices on the day before the red carpet for Ibis, as I Believe in Santa is sometimes called. Our conversation encompassed the nuts and bolts of producing, the magic of Christmas, and the magic of working at a company like ESX. Christina, tell me who you are.
Oh, I'm Christina Moore. I'm from Palatine, Illinois. I grew up in musical theater. I went to college for musical theater. And I was a pretty good dancer. I was an ish singer. I could act, and then I broke my ankle during a summer stock show, the Young Abraham Lincoln Boyhood musical drama. And so I thought, that dancing thing is too hard. So I moved to LA. But I think there's a musical theater kid that lives in me. I think that all the people who ever put a play on in a barn and painted the sets and sewed the costumes and sang and danced and did, there's a can-do attitude. And I think that's, is that my slogan, can-do attitude? Maybe.
What's special about this exact moment right now?
What is special in this moment is all of the anticipation. It's all of the unknown. Because this time, 2 days from now, the world will have I Believe in Santa, our project, and then it's out there. So this is the last moment when it's my secret. And it was written by my husband, John, and developed by our director, Alex, off of a poker bet. They've worked together a lot. Alex thought, I want you to write me a Christmas movie that captures that sense of goodwill towards all, and that people rise up and are the best versions of themselves at Christmas. But I also kind of like the 40-year-old virgin. And so John wrote it about a guy who still believes in Santa Claus, but for real. And it's deeply, deeply personal because it's a lot based on our marriage. We met the way that you do, and I got to his house, and his living room looked like a first grade classroom with football shit everywhere. Can I say shit, or should I say football? Football stuff everywhere, taped to the walls, hanging in little doilies from the ceiling. The living room had 6 televisions. He paid to have, it's like he turned his house into a sports bar. And I was like, he is a giant overgrown kid. He's much more tapped into magic on the daily. That's just how his brain works. So how do you navigate loving someone who has almost a spiritual belief in something that you don't?
So football was his childish obsession.
Yes.
And that became Santa In the movie.
In the movie, yeah.
And he's a mature, grown-up person, functional in the world, who's never stopped believing in Santa.
Yeah, just never. Well, you think about it, to anybody who has kids, and there's a 5-year-old who's like, oh, is that Santa on the roof? And like that cranky uncle is going to say like, there's no such thing as Santa. Like he would be like shuttled out the back door.
It's like we all agree that even if you don't believe in Santa, you will present. What's it like to fall in love with your husband as a reenactment on camera?
Oh, that was the one thing that I was the most concerned about. And really just had to put all of my trust in our director, Alex, because it's like I can remember what it felt like, but that's now like 17 years ago. And the truth is, you can't really recreate. Like as an actor, I'm not, I can go like, yeah, it feels like that thing that I used to do, but it has to feel real right now. So what is it that you can be mystified and twinkled by and remarking on and falling in love? You can do it. You can fall in love any minute of the day. And what separates it from like old married behavior is a lack of knowing. It's a like pure, unadulterated curiosity about somebody. And once you've known them, there's an assumption of like, oh, well, that's just how you behave. And so trying to keep in that like percolating magical moment. I'm the pragmatic one. I mean, my husband, John, he's the writer. I'm the producer. It's like super obvious. Like I'm the like, how do we get shit done? And he's the like, what else could we do? Like dreaming over here. So he's kind of ready for that. I've said a lot of times that being a producer is like being the wedding planner and being the actor is like being the bride. And so now you're a producer actor. It's like you're the wedding planner and the bride at the same time. But what the gift that a bride gets is that everybody who's there is doing nothing but like pouring love on you. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't this great? Like that's all of the energy. And that's no different than when you're on a set. I mean, our sets, I like to believe like there's a definite culture of kindness and just love. Really, that's what it is. The lights are all up and there's a Christmas tree that's 3 stories high and everywhere you look is some animatronic old-fashioned, like because that's what production design did. Everything is there to help create the moment.
What do you think is special about ESX itself?
I mean, it all comes from the top, right? I mean, Allie is a relationship over results kind of guy. Like he's still best friends with everybody he ever knew in first grade. Like he's that kind of guy. I've known him since 1995. Like, I mean, that he's very loyal and like creates these relationships. I also think he has an astonishingly good picker. Like he will put people together. And so like, me and Alex, I mentioned, like we've done now, and I think it's 10 films. I don't even know, like, and Allie will be like, hey, so I have this new thing, and I'm like, oh, is Alex directing? Like, you don't even have to ask. Of course, I'll do anything Alex does. Like, there's a camaraderie, there's a deep, deep, deep bond, and I think that once we know that, then that comes from the top. And I know for me, I make a really big concerted effort as a producer. I didn't do it initially and I didn't like it. I wasn't very good at it. But I go around and my job is to say, do you have everything you need? What can I help you with? And you're doing a great job. Because I'm coming from the top. So I feel like when you get on really cranky set, it's because the top came in, what is it? Like the husband, like kicked the dog, the wife then like, hurt the cat hit the mouth. Like it just comes rolling downhill. And instead, if it is, you're doing a great job, what do you need help with? And then helping. Well, as a producer, that's 100% my job. One of the things I'm the most proud of, because we've been doing this now for like 7 or 8 years, is the first crop that was young. Like I signed all the letters to get them into the union. I wrote the thing that said and so now there's an entire crop of kids that just aren't kids anymore. And I just follow to see what cool, sexy, crazy, awesome stuff they're doing. I did a photo shoot recently after not having done a photo shoot for 10 years. And I was like, okay, my Christmas wish, Santa Claus. I got the hair and makeup people that, like, these are the two, Christy and Sel, that I wrote to the unions, and I just was like, is there any possibility that you guys aren't working this one day? And to have them back, like, I mean, I can do it again. I was like, can't wait till this photo shoot is over, because I have like a really big ugly cry from this group, this like little nest, having been able to like magically come back for this one moment. So I think it is a family. Maybe it's just like a really emotionally healthy, developed family. We grow you up and kick you out because you got to go be awesome by yourself.